Okay, let's go, everybody. Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening. Let's switch back here so you actually see what I'm doing, see me. Okay, let's talk about Friday and then a couple other things. First of all, it is the summer, and in the summer months, usually the market slows down, trading slows down, and it's just people are on vacation. But there's a lot going on, which is making the market slightly a little more volatile. But there's some good opportunities to make money. I think just need to be a little more picky with our trades and to make a lot of money. Somebody commented on one of my YouTube videos, watch out for leverage because the NASDAQ has a lot of movement, and which is absolutely true. And that's why I stress like, hey, if you have a goal of 500 bucks a day and you're at 280, that's close enough. Horseshoes and grenades, take that and go and make it up because it's going to bite you. There's going to be a loss, whether it's we're roughly 70% of the time correct, and so three of those 10 times you're not sure where it's going to be, or two of those 10 times on some days you don't know where it's going to be. So if you could trade 4 or 5 times a day, be successful and go, then great. My program has shown been 26. I think the biggest streak I've seen is 26 trades in a row, all been successful going back. But those are the days where it's like, okay, time to take a break. And then that's why I have multiple accounts. I have multiple accounts because if one of them does get a hit, then I switch over to the other account so that way I can make money on that account. So yeah, but with the summer, there's some major things going on in the world, major things going on in the market, and so that's why it's a little volatile right now. But just it still makes it worthwhile because normally, like I said before, the summer everything slows down, and it's just harder to make good trades and there's to find good trades. But now it's still there, but we just have to be more careful. I'm going to show you Friday's charts, at least for the morning part, and let's go over a couple of those. And we'll talk about a few of these candles and well, a few of these bars and what to look for, what not to look for. We're going to be a little more picky with everything. So with that being said, let's see if I grab this and yank it over. Ta-da! Yes. Okay, this should show everything. So let's see if I can get this just right. All right, close enough. So what we're looking at, this is Friday, Nasdaq's on both sides, but primarily we're going to focus on this chart on this side over here. And first I'm going to start with this bar right here. This is at 643. I know this bar bit a few people because the entry point for the parlay was at 646. So what happened in the 2 minutes before that? Uh, the price went down, and I don't know if it went all the way down to hit your stop loss, kick you out, but it's super annoying. So one thing I want to point out is that our entry point was at this blue cross, which is about, say, 19,030 bucks right there. But if you notice, that's the tippy top of this guy. One of the things I love big candles, big bars, as they cross the ribbon. It's fantastic if we can make this happen every single time. But if the blue cross is still close to the very top and we're getting close to the end of the minute, and that's the key, it's the end of the minute, let's just wait. Because I don't want to be on the top of that at the end of the minute from all the market pushing it up there. In the very next minute, everyone's like, hey, let's go the other way. I think that's what happened for this bar. And so that one, that's where you got to watch the height of it and how much energy that the market has in the price to see if it goes up or enough. But if you're close to the end of the minute, you're still not in, cut your losses or just bail early, and so that way just watch to see what happens. And if it hits and it would have gotten you in, it'd been great. Then you missed one, but that's okay though, because you have the chance to make it up next time. If you look, for example, at this one at 6:30, this is again Pacific Standard Time. This entry point was at 1775, and still plenty of room to run down there. I think it ran down about $7 more. I don't know what the candlewick did, but easy money right here. But that's the difference between these two guys. Number one, the candle went all the way down and ends early in the minute, as I recall. And this one, it reached the very top of it at the end of the minute and then went back down. So just two different big candle bars, kind of what to watch. And I know it's hard to get out of a trade because you're thinking that, hey, it could work out. And it may, but sometimes it's just better to just hit that one and go away and then give me a couple more minutes or another hour or whatever. So I'm going to scroll back just a little bit more. Another thing I want to point out to you as well is that Most of the trades happen within the first three bars. There's it's not there's always exceptions to the rule, but most of them happen in the first, second, or third bar. It's usually the first or third bar for the most part. And so if you see sequential minutes of the bars going up there, like there's 50, there's 47, there's 48, and then there's 49. This is a great trade. I know I made this trade and so actually, no, I take this back. I did not make this trade. This was a Friday. I was helping my dad move. And so I wasn't able to trade. I know other people that made this trade and they did pretty well on this as well. And so the entry point, you have to catch this one. So the point with this is like watch the close of that bar because you know this the blue cross is going to drop down, okay? And so you almost have to anticipate where that could be at as close as possible and adjust. Best way to get into it as soon as possible because especially because if the bars are going sequential and when the market is moving up like that, it's a heck of a lot easier to get in at a lower price point and be get out earlier than having to sit there and sweat and be like, all right, come on, hopefully this works. But this one worked out. But again, it's sequential minutes. It's 47, 48. And as this bar closing down, I'd be ready within reasonable space between the other bars. Be like, okay, I'm guessing that the entry point is going to be somewhere around 76, 75. I probably would actually pick 76.25 and then hit it and then adjust if I had time because this next bar went up pretty quickly. And if it caught you off guard, then you're toast. Toast or toast. Okay, let's go over. I'm gonna back up a little more. This was the, uh, was this the announcement time? Yeah, this was announcement time. This was announcement. I just want to show this one too because this announcement was oh man, I think it was jobs report, unemployment claims. I think it was unemployment and the effect it has on the market. Okay. This guy right here, it went down significantly. And so if you have a pro account or if you're trading your own money or brokerage account, I don't recommend trading this trade. Okay. It can be kind of volatile, a little scary, because it dropped, let's see, 88 down to, so it dropped $80, but I don't know the candle look up or down. And if it hits, then great. But usually get those emails saying, hey, if you have a pro account or from your brokerage saying, hey, we're changing leverage and you can't do it as much. Um, it's for a good reason. These things are pretty volatile. Now, I don't mind trading the smaller ones, smaller announcements, because they don't have those huge $80 bars right there, but they still have enough meat on the bones to be able to make out. I hit one last week where, oh gosh, I don't know. I made enough. And so it was easy with one trade. Let's see if we go back a little further and expand this out. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you this one too. This was at 4:53. I'm not trading at this time of the day because I like trading right at 5 o'clock in the morning. But this is one where it's like if this is the first bar, there's the second, and there's the third. Okay, but look at the time. You got 53, 54, and then 55. This one worked out great. By the time this guy closed, this one jumped up here. You had a few moments to get it to change your adjustment time to about 91. 91.25, and then of course it dropped far enough down for you um, that, well, I'm not sure the candle wick on this one, but yeah, I did. And so it's that three bars first or the first bar. If it's outside of that, there is I think actually it hit like bar 6 or 7. It's not as common. It can get you in, but it's just not as common with it. I was going to show you if I could, this will let me do this really quickly. Let's shrink this back down. I do want to show you what happened to gold as well, because gold is kind of a fun little thing on that side. So let's find our gold, and then I'm going to scroll to 530. Okay, 530. Here's this bar right here too. I like trading gold. Gold moves a little slower, but it's $10 a tick. And this one didn't have as big as a wick going back up as some of the others. So like this thing had a little tiny wick, but then it dropped. Now this is a big drop for gold. It went from 51 down to 33, so that's a $20 drop for gold. Doesn't sound as much as the $8 drop, but that's huge for gold. So just be aware there's other options we could trade. Sometimes I'll put it up there. This week I'm going to do two types of NASDAQ trades. I can put one where you see just a short little bit of it, and the other one where you see kind of a bigger portion of the day or the morning. So I hope that helps. All right, guys, there's another video just going over Friday's trades and some things I look for and realize we are in the summer slow season, and a lot of people are taking time off. And so just realize that it's going to be slightly little more volatile because there's so much going on. Normally it's slower, but the two forces pushing together where you got a lot of stuff going on out there in the world, and then you have the slowdown of some of the major traders just taking time off. And so it's a little weird market right now. It's a little choppy, but we still can make money. Anyways, all right, guys, trade smart, have fun, say your prayers. Let's make it a great day.